So, with On Her Majesty's Secret Service being, in my opinion, a pretty disappointing Bond film, Sean Connery returned in 1971's Diamonds Are Forever. Welcome back to my series of Bond reviews, guys. I've been reviewing every single Bond film leading up to No Time to Die. So today we're talking about Diamonds Are Forever. Before I give you guys my thoughts on this film, let me know what you guys think of this film. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Is it one of your favorite Bonds? Is it one of your least favorite Bonds? So without further ado, let's talk about it. So in my review for On Her Majesty's Secret Service, I said I wasn't really a big fan of that film. And in terms of this film, I think it's a bit better than that last film. But still, this film does so many things wrong and so many things I don't really like. And to be honest, there's so many problems with this film thematically. Let's talk about Sean Connery. For You Only Live Twice, he seemed to be very disinterested, and in this film he just wants the paycheck. You can tell he's moping around through this entire film. He's just somebody who doesn't want to be there at all, and it's disappointing because I think Sean Connery's a really good Bond, but in this film he just seems tired, he just seems overworked, he just doesn't really seem like he wants to be part of this franchise anymore, which is very disappointing. The rest of the cast, the Bond girls, okay. Blofeld in this film, I think, is really bad. I don't know what they were thinking with that character. I don't know what they were thinking with that entire thing. But this is the third Bond film in a row that we've had a Blofeld, and I think he's a bit better than the Blofeld from On Her Majesty's Secret Service. But the one from You Only Live Twice is classic Blofeld. The action sequences in this film, I think, are actually pretty solid. This has some pretty decent action sequences. The car chase is pretty great. There's some good fist fights, and overall, there's some really good gadgets in this film. I think it ups the stakes pretty highly, and the music is all around pretty good, but the film just has so many problems. Number one, shutting this film in Vegas is just a stupid decision that should not have been made in a Bond film. That is the most stupidest, inconceivably stupid thing you could have done in a Bond film. He's so known for going to this amazing, broad, just epic locations, either thematically, they're beautiful, but going to Vegas, one of the disgusting places in the world, and it's gross, it's disgusting. Maybe they wanted a more gross, grounded take for this particular Bond film, but it just doesn't work for in this film. It just doesn't have that niche, it just doesn't have that funness to it, and this film is very distasteful. If we're talking, it could just because Sean Connery doesn't want to be there, it could just because the film has so much going on, it could just because the film and the characters just kind of seem like they're at their last rope, it could just because there's nothing super memorable about Diamonds Are Forever. You watch it and you're like, that's a fun romp, and then you kind of forget about the next day. I think it's a lot better than On Her Majesty's Secret Service, but it's kind of like On Her Majesty's Secret Service. It's just how dull it is. It's a dull film from start to finish. You have characters who just make the stupidest decisions. You have action sequences that are cool at times, but at times they're just really stupid. The scene where Bond goes into this place where they're filming this space movie sequence is extremely stupid. There's a lot more stupid and just annoying moments than there is in the previous Bond films, and the film just has no subtlety to it. It's extremely over the top. It's extremely campy in all the worst ways. It's set in Las Vegas. I want to make that extremely clear. There's some really gross out and just moments that you're just like, what? And it could not be pulled off and do not hold up today. And you just kind of watching it feeling extremely weird about it. Diamonds Are Forever is a film that I watch and I just kind of forget about the next day. It's not a terrible film by any means. It's a good film. It's a enjoyable movie. There's some good action sequences. Performances at times can be fine. Music, I think, is really good. But overall, it's a pretty disappointing film, and it's just a film that's just pretty unmemorable. I'll give Diamonds Are Forever a B-. I don't think it's a terrible film. It's just not one I really go into much. So that was my thoughts on Diamonds Are Forever. I'd love to know your guys' thoughts down in the comment section below. What do you think of this film? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Is it one of your favorite Bonds? Is it one of your least favorite Bonds? Are you disappointed with this film like I am? And it's not the worst James Bond film. But in terms of memorable sequences, in terms of sequences that could be really fun, that could be really enjoyable, could be really engaging, this film just doesn't really have that punch for me personally. And tune in a couple days where we'll be discussing the first Roger Moore film, Live and Let Die. So if you guys like this video, you can hit that like button and subscribe and hit the post notification bell so you guys know when I upload another video. If you guys like this video, want more movie content for me, I do run a podcast with a friend of mine. I do every other Tuesday. It's called the Movie View Podcast, and you guys can check out my Instagram at General Daniel 77. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time. General out.